This foundation does has a strong odor, as immediately like I'm applying it and I can smell it. Back to my channel. If you're new or oldie, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a foundation review. Today the foundation that we're going to be reviewing is the new WetNWild DEWY foundation. This is part of their Photofocus line. This is a new addition to the family, the DEWY foundation. You guys know they have their original one, which is more of a matte finish. They also launched the new serum, primer serum, which is a hydrating water-based serum, which I'm going to show you guys how it looks, how it applies, how it looks, and all that good stuff. I'm going to give you all the details on this foundation. So if you're interested on that, please continue watching because I'm going to be sharing with you all the details that you need to know in case you want this foundation. It is a drugstore product, so that's why I'm super excited about it. But saying anything else, let's get right into this video. So I'm just going to read you a little bit of the foundation. This foundation is says to be weightless, super nourishing, and also delivers a natural all-day wear. It has a silky and creamy coverage, which can be easy buildable from medium to full. This is ideal for normal to dry skin because it is a moisturizing formula that supposedly seamlessly blurs imperfection and helps minimize the appearance of pores. This is available in 20 different shades. It is cruelty-free, gluten-free, altic-free, and these are all vegan shades. According to the WetNWild website, that's what it's claims to be. So that's pretty nice. Again, you guys, I don't even want to touch the bases on the foundation range because it just sucks, honestly. What else do we need to do to have inclusivity, to have shade range for all people of color? Especially, there is none. Literally, this range only have maybe like 3 different, not even like, I'm even able to use those darker shade for contour. If I'm able to use that for contour because I'm pretty fair, I feel like that should be a shame. Like, come on. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed because WetNWild have been in the game for a very long time, and I think they should be by now coming out with at least way wider range of foundation. But besides that, the elephant in the room, let's just get right into it, show you guys how it wears, show you guys how it applies, and yeah, that is all I have to say now. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch 2 different shades, which I think are the closest to my skin tone. I'm not sure yet, but I'm a little disappointed because of the packaging. I wish this was a pump. I just really appreciate pumps so much more than anything else. This is not a pump. This is just a regular spatula vibe that you get on the original foundation. I just don't like this. I just don't like sticking something in and out. I feel like that's a lot of bacteria just going in and out. It just exposed to too much. In my opinion, especially something that's going on my face, I would just rather not. But here we are. Regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and use a primer, my favorite primer that I feel like I work with every foundation, and then I'm gonna go ahead and test out their primer, their new WetNWild hydrating serum primer. It has a lot of shimmer inside, and I feel like I just don't like anything with shimmer inside, you guys. I feel like that just get into the pores, it clogs the pores. It's just not something that I enjoy putting on my face. But regardless, we're gonna go ahead and show you guys today how it tests out, how it works, and all that good stuff. So here's just a close-up on how the primer bottle looks. It is a glass, and this is just supposed to be a hydrating water-based serum formulated with rose water and green tea extracts that it helps refine and nourish the skin. It also helps prep and prime to help the makeup last longer. I'm not gonna lie, it's very runny and it feels very hydrating at the same time. You're not able to see the shimmer that I'm seeing in the bottle for some reason. I'm gonna try to catch it in the camera and show you guys what I'm talking about, because me explaining it will be pointless because I'm just the worst person explaining things. So this is gonna go on the left side of my face, which for you will probably be the right side of my face. Gonna go ahead and put this all over, just let that sink in. I also did my skincare, my regular skincare that I would do normally for all my foundation. I have to do my skincare, I have to exfoliate, I have to get rid of all my dead skin cells for my foundation to look smooth. So I really like, I'm not gonna lie you guys, I really like how it feels. It does has a very nice scent, kind of perfumey, which I honestly don't appreciate perfume on anything that's going on my skin. But regardless, look how beautiful it makes the skin looks, almost like glossy like. I really like it. And again, this is a water-based primer. I do like how it's feeling, kind of like tacky, which means it's gonna help the foundation stick and adhere so much better. Then on this side, on my right side, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my favorite primer, which is the Becca First Lighting Primer Filter. I feel like it's one of the best primers for dry skin especially. It just works so well, and almost every foundation that I apply this with, it just looks bomb. Gonna go ahead and let that sink in. I'm also gonna go ahead and swatch the 3 shades on the back of my hand just to kind of see. Oh, these look really dark. So I just went ahead and swatched the shade Amber Beige. This is the shade Amber Beige. And it looks a little bit too dark for my skin tone as of right now, especially because we are in the winter. Next shade I'm going to go ahead and swatch is the shade Hazel. So next to that is the shade Hazelnut, which again is a little bit too dark. I feel like I picked out way too darker shades. I'm going to go ahead and see which other ones are going to work for me, because this one, as you can see, very yellow undertones, and then this one has like more olive pink undertones. And then I'm going to go ahead and swatch the shade Desert Beige. So right next to that is the shade Desert Beige right here. And I feel like the closest one is this one right here, but I'm also going to go ahead and take a shade lighter just to see how it works. So next I'm going to go ahead and swatch in the back of my hand the shade Bronze Beige. And that's Bronze Beige right there. So you can see, you guys, these goes from like very medium tones to very light, and then just like 3 or 4 dark shade. And then I'm also going to go ahead and swatch the shade Desert Beige. I went ahead and swatched the shade Desert Beige right there, which I think is the one that's going to be more closely to my skin tone. I didn't even want to bring up the shade range just because you can see it for yourself. At this time and age, 2020, I will honestly thought like no brand will even dare to come out with foundations if it wasn't exclusive as fuck, but unfortunately that's not what's happening still in 2020, which to me it's completely mind-blowing, especially for a brand like WetNWild that has been in the game for a very long time now. I would imagine that they, you know, have the opportunity or the money to make a wider shade range than just this. You guys, I'm gonna swatch just one more, which is Creamy Beige, because I'm still trying to figure out which one is my shade. Like everything just looks too dark or too light. So right here I went ahead and swatched the shade Creamy Beige, and I do feel like these are oxidizing just a little tiny bit. Like they're definitely getting darker from when I started swatching them. And so far, you guys, the shade that looks closest to me, it's definitely Creamy Beige. The foundation, it's said to be shaken before you start applying it onto the skin, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a nice shake. I am going to be using one of my favorite foundation brushes, so I'm not going to be using sponges just because I really like the way the foundation just apply with this brush, so I'm just gonna use my favorite brush instead. So again, you guys, we have the WetNWild new serum, and I really like how it's set, and we also have my favorite primer on the side. So let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna go ahead once again apply the shade Cream Beige onto the face, and I really didn't want to use this palette a lot, but like how much is too much? So I'm just gonna start on this side first just to kind of see and get a hand of it. The foundation brush that I love and works with every foundation is this one by Juvia's Place, their foundation brush. And it's so well compacted, it works really well for me. I'm gonna go ahead and start blending this baby in. And I do not stipple, I mainly just like tap. This foundation does has a strong odor as immediately like I'm applying it and I can smell it. But it doesn't bother, it's not that bad. I really like how I'm applying, you guys. It evened out my skin tone, it covered up everything, and looks glowy, it looks beautiful. So let's see. And this foundation is supposed to hydrate the skin, smooth complexion for and give you a luminous finish. It also said to be a foundation that you are able to build the coverage. So if you want a normal coverage, you could do a little tiny bit. If you want a full coverage, you could put a little bit more. As you can see, I don't think I put too much, but it gave me a very nice full coverage. Like I really like the coverage of this foundation. I like how it's setting into my skin. It doesn't set that quick also. It blends really well. It looks really nice. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it doesn't seem like anything out of this world. But for a drugstore foundation, I'm indeed very excited right now because this is nice. Also, I want to know if you guys have heard or tried the new Milani foundation. They also came out with a new foundation with SPF, which I definitely want to see and try because I love their 3-in-1 foundation. That was like my jam when it came out. So this is how the foundation is looking, you guys. I really loving the finish. It looks glowy, it looks beautiful, it's blending it really nice, and it looks it looks good. I don't really apply too much on my forehead. Don't look at my forehead, mainly look at here. This is where I applied, and it covered up a lot because I do have some blemishes here, and it looks so good. The coverage is beautiful. I cannot wait to see how this is gonna like end up actually holding through the day. So let's see. So no foundation with foundation. It doesn't look like any is settling into any fine lines as of yet. It is a dewy foundation. Remember that it's luminous. I feel like I can see that this foundation is not gonna be good for people with oily skin because it's luminous and you can see the luminous in it. And I wonder if it's gonna like make my oils, because I do get oily mainly here on my forehead. So if that happens, we're gonna give you all the tea here. Let's go ahead and finish up on this side so you guys can see how it looks with the primer underneath. So again, I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself some, oh, maybe that's too much, but I love a full coverage, so that's okay for me. You guys, the coverage is really nice. Like, I'm not complaining about the coverage. I really like how my skin looks so dewy. I'm loving this glow, okay? Damn, this coverage is beautiful, dude. Like, what? And you guys, it actually looks really good underneath the primer as well. And to be honest, I like this how it look underneath the serum versus my other primer, which is kind of crazy. For some reason, this looks more smooth and more hydrated than this side. I just don't like how it's applying right here. I don't know what's happening, if I have too much hair or what, but it looks like my foundation is just sitting on top of my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and take just a little sponge just to see if it sets better. Yeah, the foundation is coming off now. I don't know, this just removed the foundation. Yeah, the foundation is just like separating on my chin. What the hell did I have on my chin? This area on the chin, you guys, is just not working. I don't know if you're able to tell, but you see how dewy the skin looks? Like, it looks really good. The coverage overall, it's really nice. I'm just not sure what's happening when applying it. But nonetheless, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some concealer now. But overall, you guys, you can definitely see that it's a dewy foundation. It's very nice and dewy. I will definitely say that this is gonna work amazing for dry skin, normal skin, but then for oily skin, I don't know how I feel about that. But we're gonna go ahead and set it just because I really want to test out to see if it wears out throughout the day, if it holds better throughout the day like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set just a little tiny bit. I'm not going to use too much powder because I do have combination skin, more on the dry side. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of my favorite powder, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder, just to go ahead and set underneath my eyes and make sure everything just, you know, stay tacked and nice and don't move anywhere, especially because it's a dewy foundation. Give it a fair chance. So I'm setting mainly the areas that I do get a little bit oily, which is mainly my forehead and T-zone area. So as you can see, already setting in matte, and it's looking so pretty. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried their original foundation, which is more matte. I will definitely say that this is more of a medium coverage, not technically a full coverage. It said that it's buildable, so you're able to build this up, but I really like the coverage that I did get just using the little bits that I applied on the skin. Somebody with like acne and scar on the skin, I will say this will be probably like a light to medium coverage, not full on coverage. For me, that I don't have that much like concerns on the skin, so I can get away with getting a full coverage. Like right now it looks like full on B, you know what I mean? And I really like how it feels on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. I must say that I don't know what the hell is happening on this area right here, that it just went a little bit lighter than the rest of my face, and it almost looked like grayish for some reason. I don't know what's happening there. I have to figure my life out. But as you can see, I'm even using a brush now to not apply too much because I do want to give it a fair chance. It looks really good, you guys. Once I set it in, looks super pretty. And of course, you guys, now that I went ahead and applied my lips as well and did a little bit of setting, we're gonna go ahead and use the WetNWild Cucumber 3-in-1 primer. And this is supposed to be a prep, set, and refresh kind of a spray. So it's supposed to set. So let's see how this is gonna help my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little tiny bit. Oh, I'm gonna cover my hair because I ain't trying to get my hair wet, okay? And my love, this is kind of like the finished look. If you want to see these eye looks, it's going to be on my Instagram, so make sure you guys head over there and follow me. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in a little bit to check up and check in on this foundation to see how it holds up. You guys saw the process and how I applied and all that good stuff, so now it's time to see how this here throughout the day. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions in the comment down below. I'll make sure to all the information in the description in case I missed anything in here. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. You guys, so I had the foundation for quite a while now. This is my iPhone quality, so I apologize. But I'm not even gonna lie, you guys, right off the bat, the foundation looks really good. And I feel like putting the powder really hold. And I still feel like I haven't gotten oily whatsoever, which is crazy because I usually get oily on my forehead right here. But the foundation still looks really good. It didn't settle in any of like my fine lines or anything like that. Like, I feel like it's a very nice foundation now that I had it worn for like almost 5 hours. And you guys, the only thing I don't like, I don't know what's happening, but it's on my chin. Like, it just looks almost cakey, or is it too white? It just looks weird here on my chin. I don't know why that's happening. This is gonna be mainly like a mini review of just one day, of course. So I just wanted to share with you how it worked on my skin, which is like normal to dry combination. That's what you call combination when your skin is like all over the place. So yeah, combination skin. Not necessarily too oily. I'm not that oily, mainly just on my forehead, but the rest of my face is pretty normal and dry. So there is that. The foundation still looks good, you guys. It's still on my face. That's the crazy shit. Like, it's still on. But I'm actually going to show you guys how I wash my face as well, because I want to show you that it also comes off quickly. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that and show you guys how I take this beat off. And by the way, you guys, I did like cook, eat, and do some errands and stuff, and I feel like the foundation really held up. I'm not sure if because of the winter and like it's still cold, so I'm not like sweating my ass off or anything like that. So there's that. It held up pretty awesome for 5 hours. This is just, again, a mini review. It's not like an entire, it's not really an in-depth review, but more like my first ever impression test wear. That makes sense? I don't know, I hope so. But yeah, let's go ahead and wash this face off now. But sis, it looks really good. Like, I'm shocked. It looks good. I feel like even if you have like combination skin, like, it's still gonna work if you set it and do some setting spray. Again, I will keep you posted. I will keep you updated in the description box. Make sure you guys check updates there. Okay, you guys, so here's kind of like the end of it. I do love how it applies. I really like how it looks, but honestly, it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, I need it. It is a drugstore foundation, so you're getting a very affordable price. You can't beat the price. Like, it's only $6 and some change, I guess, depending where you buy it. I believe in Ulta it's also $6, almost $7. In majority of all retail store, it's around $6. You get a pretty fair amount. This has 28 millimeters, which is not a bad amount for a foundation, especially that is $6. Again, the coverage is there. It's really nice. It has a buildable coverage. It feels really nice on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy whatsoever. It's very blendable. It's very creamy. It's very dewy, in my opinion. In my case, like, it looks very dewy once I apply it on the skin. You're able to set it. I was able to set it without having it to look cakey or crazy. It looks really good right now in photography as well, videography, as you can see here. I'm gonna do some flash tests and show you guys how it looks on underneath flash, because I did take some pictures and I did not see like much difference, which I really like about that. I had it for like an hour or so, and I haven't had any like settling into fine lines, and I usually have that problem with foundation. Also the primer, you guys, I'm really liking the primer. I'm dying to try this and work it with other foundations to see how it wears, but nonetheless, the foundation works really well. It's just not a foundation that I'm like, oh my god, I need it right now. The smell, you guys, so here's my cons of this foundation. The smell, it's quite strong. The smell I don't like. I feel like a lot of WetNWild products, especially foundation, do tend to smell like a little bit more very heavy, and this somehow smells like some sort of perfume to me. Like, it just has a strong smell of perfume. Don't know why that isn't there. I feel like anything that goes on your skin should not have anything perfumey, especially because some people do react to odor, smell, scents. I don't, what would you call it, like perfumey stuff, you know what I mean? I also don't like, again, the spatula formula. It just, something something that it's very messy in my opinion. I feel like sticking it in and out, it just becomes super messy. It's also something that, it's also a foundation. It's something that goes in your skin. And when you open a bottle, when you open something like that and expose it outside, you know how much a germ chemical and everything just like, it goes into here, honey. And I believe I have also read somewhere that once you have a product like that and you start opening it, you know, you're exposing that product to the outside environment. The outside environment, there's just millions of bacteria around in the air and everywhere. So the more you expose it to that, the ingredients that is supposed to make the foundation last longer, like, and hold on longer without going bad, it starts dying off because they've been fighting so much bacteria from the outside, sort of. That makes any sense? Yeah, that's why one of the main reasons why I wouldn't like get this foundation or go towards it. And honestly, I don't know if I'll be using this as much just because of that spatula format, which, yeah, great idea to like slather on your face, but then just opening and closing it is just too much, you guys. I must say the foundation for $6 is a great foundation as of right now. I also take this with a grain of salt because it's the first time that I apply this foundation on my skin, and I only wear it for one day throughout the whole entire day. That's not enough for me to give you a final like opinion on like, yes, go buy it, I love it, because it's just honestly one day and my opinions tend to change throughout. The more I wear this foundation, I'm sure my opinion is just gonna switch up, is gonna change up, because your skin tends to change, the environment tends to change, the weather changes, and things just you don't work normally how it works on the first day, especially for a foundation like this that it's gonna be exposed to so much. So far so good, not the best, not the like amazing you need it, but it's so far so good as of right now. I'll let you know, I'll keep you updated on my opinion on this. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below if you guys picked this up, if you will be picking it up or not. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know your opinion, and without further ado, I'll see you on my next video. Bye.